Good afternoon, YouTube Nation. This is Ronnie J. Cole II with eXp Realty, and I'm bringing you part 2 of my 3-part series on budgeting, money, and real estate. So if you're ready, let's talk about money. All right, guys, welcome back. Again, we're on part 2 of our 3-part series. We're on money today, and we're going to talk about money as it relates to budgeting and how to get a firm grasp on how to use your money. So let's just get straight to it. How I even got to this subject. This particular subject came about is I've been working with a lot of different folks, and they have dreams and they have goals, but they don't know how to get there, or they don't know financially how to get there. And that's why I did my first video, part 1, on budgeting, which if you look above, it's here in the cards. You can go check it out, go take a look at it again, just to kind of give an overall thought process on budgeting, and just the motivation behind budgeting and what you should do. And this particular video just kind of talks a little bit deeper into the money aspect side of it and how that's going to get you to the next step, which is part 3 in terms of investing and the real estate side of things. And so let's just start with me. I'll be honest, I've made mistakes. I am not perfect. I have had debt up to my ears. I have paid Sally Mae, I've paid Navient, I have paid private student loan lenders, I have paid credit cards, I have paid Chase and Bank of America and Discover and all these great people who have so much money. I have helped them build their empire. And so I realized that this doesn't make sense. I had money going out in all different directions, and I didn't have any coming in that was helping me to get ahead. Therefore, I wanted to be able to create this video to kind of help other people in those regards. And so my first step when I saw all of this was I had to make a budget. I started reading more books. I started researching more information online, Googling whoever and whatever I could. And that's why in my other videos, you'll hear me talk about Dave Ramsey. I actually picked up his book, The Total Money Makeover, which is up here. Please feel free to go read it. I mean, that book is awesome. I have to always say and give that disclaimer that yes, I'm going to tell you about Dave Ramsey just because he's helped me to get a really firm grasp on budgeting, and then even moving forward to how I want to utilize my money and invest and grow in my life. And so I found out that once I was done with my budget and I created my budget, and I found out that, let's say I was putting out, I was in the hole $200 every month. I had to figure out how I was going to make up for that. I mean, I was working a job that was paying me just enough to be in debt $200. This was at a crazy time in my life. But for you could be going through the same thing. And I'm sure many of you are, especially with everything that's going on in the world. But I want you to realize that you can get out of debt. You can become someone who budgets and who is able to be from being in the red and be in the black every month. So I had to realize one or two things. There's only 2 additional ways to make income, at least in my opinion. The first one is you got to get another job that's going to pay you more money. Or if you're not going to get another job that's going to pay you more money, you have to take on a second job in order to provide an additional source of income. Now, taking on that second job may mean that you have to work a little bit longer, which may mean you have to get off work at 5 or 6 o'clock and then work until 10 o'clock or work until midnight. But it's all about you and your hustle and you and your grind in order to get there. And if you have goals, like some people do, of trying to buy a house, then you need to make sure there are certain steps that you've taken in order to make sure that you will have that ability and you're able to get a loan, a mortgage, in order to be able to purchase the home of you and your family's dreams. Now, that second job does not have to necessarily be in your field. It doesn't have to be something that's rocket science. You can find something that's just going to help you cover that, like I said, that $200 shortfall every month. That could be I got a couple of examples. I got 7. One is you could be a pizza delivery driver. You could work overnight in a warehouse. You can be an Uber driver, an Instacart shopper. You can sell clothes online on eBay or Craigslist or Poshmark or Letgo. You can use your services, sell your services on Fiverr. Fiverr is really cool because it's a great website where you create a profile. And once you create that profile, you can market whether you know how to make PowerPoints really well, or you can market being a great graphic designer, or you can market to other people that, you know how to write speeches really well. You put that in their marketplace, and then someone will pay you to do something that's probably easy to you or something that you already love. That's a really cool site. So, check out Fiverr. You can also do the simplest of the simple, which is cut grass in your neighborhood. If you go to work every day from 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 or whatever, on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm pretty sure you're not working. So let's say you picked up cutting grass an extra 4 or 5 yards every week, then, let's say you're charging $50. That's almost an extra $200 to $250 every week. I mean, think about that. If you roll that up into a one month and you're making $250 a weekend cutting grass, that's an extra $1,000 a month. Imagine what you could put that $1,000 towards. So, that's the power of money, but you have to get focused. Many people don't tell you this. You have to get focused. You have to have a laser-like focus, because I'm gonna tell you, it's new after the first month. It's new, but after that second month, it becomes old real fast. So that's why for my first video, I talked about budgeting and just having motivation. You have to, again, know your why in order to get there. Now, quick disclaimer. There are some other jobs out there that you can do which are very flashy. One in particular is being an Amazon reseller. I want you guys to know that I'm not downing it, but certain jobs, you have to have extra capital to put towards working in those positions and jobs. If you take on a job and you want to resell products online, well, don't you have to buy the inventory? Yeah, and you have to store that inventory. That's all tying up cash. So if you're someone who doesn't have money, then, a job like that may not be the best way to start out. I mean, I'm even going to go a personal example. Let's talk about real estate. Let's talk about being a realtor. A lot of people want to be in the real estate business and want to be realtors and the flash of it all. Yeah, it's great. But if you don't have cash put away for marketing, sales and marketing, you'll sink fairly quickly. They always say most people last in real estate, they'll give you a maximum of 2 years. And that's because, first of all, you haven't thought about what you have to put into it. There's some lead generation models that you have to pay for leads. You have to farm a neighborhood, which means you have to buy postcards and then mail those postcards out. You have to pay for signs. You have to pay for banners. You have to pay for lock boxes. I mean, there's a ton of things that you will have to do in order to be successful. So you just have to think about those additional side jobs, ones which may require an initial investment and some which may not, which you can just boom, straight up go to work. Most people don't know, but even Uber, you have to think about the wear and tear on your car and the gas that you're using in order to make money for Uber. So those are additional things to think about. But again, you still have to make a decision to go out there and make more money. So with that being said, I will post a link in the comments below. I found a really great article online from entrepreneur.com, and it lists out 50 great ideas for a lucrative side hustle. Check that article out. It has so much more. Like, the things that they have are things that I didn't even think of, but it's super cool. It gives you more ideas in terms of what you can do other than those 7 I just named. But once you start making some extra money, then how should we use our money? And this is just in life in general, no matter whether you have nothing, you're in debt, or even if you're a millionaire, how should you use your money? And first, I just want to say, let's talk about what money is. Money is nothing but a tool, people. I'm actually going to give you the Webster's dictionary definition of what money is. It says money is something generally accepted as a medium of exchange or a measure of value, or as a means of payment. So like I said, money is nothing but a tool to get you to somewhere else. I have 3 things. You should enjoy money to do one of these 3 things. Either enjoy life, to help other people, or to save for future goals. Those are my three. I think that money is a tool to be used to enhance your life, to enhance your family's life, but it's not something that we should praise or put on a pedestal. Again, it's just a tool. You can go out and go to Home Depot or Lowe's or whichever, spend $150 or probably spend close to $200, buy a lawnmower. Get where I'm going with this. A lawnmower is a tool. You take that lawnmower and you go out and cut 10 yards at, again, $50 a yard. Well, how much is that? That's $500. So that initial $150 to $200 investment allowed you to make $500. So your tool that you used allowed you to purchase another tool, which helps you to get more of a specific tool, which helps you to get, you kind of get where I'm going with this? Money's nothing but a tool. It just helps you to get more things, or helps you to get farther, helps you to, I won't say be happy, but it helps you to help other people, enjoy life, and to save for your future goals, such as buying a house. There's another article, which I'll also post here in the comments, that has 5 specific things to do with money, or 5 basic things that you can do with money. They are spend, save, invest, give it away, or pay taxes. I'll run through these kind of quick. Spend. You can always spend your money. You can go out and buy a cheeseburger if you're hungry. 2, you can save. You can put $100 in the bank for later. 3, you can invest. You can take that $100 that you put in the bank, or instead of putting in a savings account, you can put it in a 401k or an IRA, and then let that $100 make you a certain percentage of interest, so that $100 you put in at day one may at year one turn out to be $250. So you can invest it. You can give it away. There's so many different charities and organizations that are out here that need assistance, especially right now in this time in America and in the world. There's so many people that are hurting. You can give to United Way. You can give to Meals on Wheels. I mean, there are so many different places that you can use to put your money. And the best feeling that you get in your heart, is when you donate and give money to someone who can't repay you. That feeling is like no other. And lastly, pay taxes. Unfortunately, we got to do this in order to be able to receive the things that we're afforded in this country as Americans. You have to pay taxes. If you want your roads paved, you got to pay taxes. If you want street lights up in your neighborhood, you got to pay taxes. That's what helps you to get those things. They're not free, people. They're not free. So those are the 5 things. Like I said, there's an article I posted in the comments that gives you a lot more information. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to tell you guys about the mastermind group. Thought I forgot, didn't you? No, I didn't. The mastermind group. I'm going to run through this really quickly because I'm going to do a video on it. But basically, a mastermind group is a combination of people that get together, they brainstorm, they educate each other. They're basically an accountability group or a support group for each other. Here's an example. Let's say I work in real estate, okay? I work in real estate. I need to have someone who works in the banking industry, who's maybe a mortgage loan lender. I need to have someone who I trust who works in construction. I need to have someone who I trust who works in insurance. I need to have someone who I trust who's an accountant. I get together with all these different people. Guess what? If I go show a home, that home has, a leaking roof. All I do is I call my construction friend and say, hey man, there's a roof leaking. Do you think that's going to add to the value or take away to the value? Should I get that fixed? How much do you think that's going to cost to get it fixed? Do you think this guy that I just got these 3 quotes from is going to charge me more or charge me the right price? Or do you think these quotes that I got are correct? And are these prices right? Or are they overcharging me? That type of thing. That's what your mastermind group does. So I hope this video has given you tons of information. I am sorry for going so long. Money is a subject that I probably could talk about for days because, I like telling people about it. So where are we going next? Real estate, part 3. Real estate. Part 3 is going to go into a little bit more of investing. How do we move forward in the real estate side of things? How do you take that savings of money and then move to even purchasing a home or trying to provide generational wealth for your family. So we're going to talk about that on the next video. Remember, please feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell. You hit that notification bell, it's going to send you an email every time I release a video. I just want to make sure I keep you guys informed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you have questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comments below. I do respond. And thank you so much for visiting, and I hope you have a great day.